and welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. Today's class is really focused around the idea of menstrual pain, um, but could also be used if you're experiencing any low back ache. Um, if you're experiencing any low back pain that's serious, please consult your physician before attempting this. But it's really designed to nurture this area and we'll get into the other parts of the body as well. Sometimes when I'm experiencing the aches of menstrual experience, it's kind of hard to really move around. You just kind of don't want to do anything at all. Um, so this should be a little nurturing as well as get you to move around a bit, and it'll make you feel a little better, hopefully. Um, but we're going to start in a nice, easy child's pose. If at any point during today's practice you feel like you didn't want to do that pose or it doesn't feel comfortable for you, just go back to something that feels comfortable. Just breathe deeply. That's the most important part in this entire practice. Breathe deep into the belly and out. So go ahead and join me in a nice child's pose. Sit back on your heels. Um, when I'm experiencing this, I like to have a small gap in between my thighs and just drape over my thighs. And if your head doesn't quite reach the mat, you can always use a block. It can be very nurturing to have that little step up so your head doesn't droop down as far, your back is nice and straight. And just sink in. Breathing into your low back, into your kidney area. And if you feel comfortable just staying here, you may. Otherwise, we can get into the side body a little bit. Reach your arms forward a bit more. Then walk them over to the left, reaching your right arm up towards the top left. Turning the right fingertips towards the top left hand of left corner of the mat. Letting gravity keep hold of that right shoulder, keeping everything in line. Breathing deeply. And go ahead and push into your palms to come up a little ways. And then walk your hands over to the right, reaching your left fingertips over to the top right corner of your mat. Breathing deeply here. Sinking low. One more breath. Push into your hands. Maybe come back to center for another moment. Roll down. Big sigh out the mouth. From here, slowly push your hands into the mat to come up to tabletop pose. Hips over your knees and shoulders over your wrists. And one at a time, reach your leg back, dig your toes into the mat, and push your heel out back or towards the back. So you're really stretching into the hamstring without having to use too much effort here. Balancing the weight in your hands and your other knee and pushing the energy out through that heel. One more deep breath. And bring that knee back to the mat. And go to the other side. Right leg goes out back behind you. Tuck your toes under. And press your heel straight back. Maybe you just feel this in the calf. Or maybe you feel it through the whole hamstring. It might feel different for everybody. Just keep breathing nice and deep. We'll go ahead and bring that knee back to center. A slight challenge here if you're up for it. We're going to come onto our belly, but when doing so, do so very slowly. You can stay on your knees, but kind of come into like a chaturanga pose. So your palms are pressing into the mat. Lean forward into like a plank position and slowly bend your arms until you come onto your belly, activating through the shoulders and the biceps. And go ahead and roll over to one side, bringing your right elbow onto the mat. Bringing your right elbow onto the mat and stacking your feet. This is called seal pose. It's more of a yin yoga pose, but we're only going to hold it for a couple of seconds. Really feeling the stretch in the side body. Stacking the hips, stacking the knees, stacking the ankles. And you can use your left hand as a kickstand here just to make sure you're not wiggling too much. And just relax into it. You exhale, come back down onto your stomach and roll over to the other side. For you, you can just roll over. I'm going to go ahead and turn around so I'm still facing you. Again, stacking your hips, stacking your knees. And this elbow can be as far away from you as you need, or it can be up close if you want a deeper side body stretch. And if this isn't working for you, you can totally just lay down, even chill like this with your hand up. Whatever feels best in your body today. On your next exhale, come down and roll onto your back. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Hold onto your knees. And make any movements here that feels intuitive to you. Moving your knees up and down. Maybe making circles. Massaging the low back. Should feel really nice. You can move them alternatively too, if that feels better. No real right or wrong way. Once you start feeling the massage in the low back, you'll kind of know what it is that you wanted out of it. Making sure you can hear your breath. When you're ready, you can release your feet back down to the mat. Your feet about as wide as the mat. We're going to do a very gentle twist. So you can maybe put your arms in a cactus shape. Make sure both shoulders are planted. And lean your knees over to the left. Making sure that right shoulder stays planted. And if you feel like you wanted something more than this, you can always bring that right knee closer to the left. But when I'm on my menstrual cycle, I tend to like a very, very subtle twist. Your next inhale, bring your knees up again. And tip them over to the right. Again, keeping that left shoulder planted. Don't be surprised if one side feels different than the other. If you feel any discomfort, please come out of it. Inhale, bring your knees back up. And keeping your feet as wide as the mat, go ahead and dip your knees in to touch. Bring your right hand to your belly, left hand to your chest. And take a few moments to fully relax here. This will be our final pose, taking this instead of Shavasana. If you would like to take Shavasana, you are welcome to. I would recommend a pillow or a blanket underneath the knees when you reach your legs out to nurture the low back. If you feel comfortable, go ahead and bring both hands, rest them over the womb space. Give gratitude for the space, for its potential. When you're ready, go ahead and roll onto your left side, using your arm as a pillow. Take 2 breaths. And then push yourself up to sit. Of course, you're welcome to stay lying down if you are comfortable and if you have the time. Otherwise, come sit in any way that's comfortable for you now. Bring your hands to prayer at your heart center. I'll close our practice by chanting Om 1 time. You can join me if you like. Inhaling to chant Om. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you feel well and relaxed. Thank you again.